What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the charts. The markets are closed today, but the DXY is still active, and we're going to take a look at oil. Then we're going to take a look at Bitcoin from the bigger time frames down. Also, we'll take a look at that BNB chart, that Ethereum chart, Litecoin, XRP, and the bubble pop pattern at the end. So I still believe we are in a bear market, guys. If I was just wanting views on this channel, I would be bullish every day. I would be screaming for $100,000 Bitcoin like you know who's. But what I try to do is give you actual info on the market. And if you take a look at the world and the markets as a whole, something big is coming, and I don't think it's going to be good for the markets. That doesn't mean it can't be good for us. We can make major profits in a big bear market if we can get close enough to the bottom. Will we get the exact bottom? Probably not, but we can get close. Let's take a look at what's going on. If you guys would take a second out, smash the thumbs up, leave your comments down below, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's take a look at that DXY. Here was our bounce targets we've been waiting for some time now. Will we continue our bounce from here at the 0.618? If so, we may get some resistance at 1027. Otherwise, remember, we could go as low as the 1016. Now, that would mean that traditional markets next week would have one more pump. And tomorrow morning, make sure you tune in, because we'll be looking for what those targets would be in the NASDAQ, S&P, Dow Jones, all that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. So again, smash those thumbs up and subscribe. So let's take a look at what's going on in oil. As you guys know, oil, I said we would probably bounce around. This chart is very old, right? Since we broke over here, we've had our first target of 62.70. This was made last year in last August. I told you, if we get down to this trend line, we'll probably bounce around for a while. Once we lose this, and lose this low at 62.70, we can go as low as 27 bucks. Now that would mean that the markets are going to come down very hard and very fast. As you guys know, I think the bottom is most likely going to be sometime in September or October of this year, towards the end of the year. Nevertheless, still looking for that. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So on the weekly here, something I wanted to point out real quick. Here is the weekly MACD. Now, I don't show the MACD a lot because I really don't use it much. But what it's showing here is, you can see when we topped here, we had this cross right here of the MACD. MACD cross and big bear market. And then we had our rally, bear market rally right here. And we had our EMA cross again right here. We look at this top over here, right? EMA cross. Right there, that signaled that top. Then we had this one up here. What do we have? An EMA cross. And what is happening right now is another EMA cross. You guessed it. So it is looking like we have some serious downside to go, guys. Be careful. This is the weekly chart. That doesn't mean we can't have spikes up in the smaller time frames. I have started laddering in my shorts. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out my sponsor, Prime XBT. You can trade altcoins, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything, all from one exchange. You can have multiple trades in. You can hedge your trades instead of them clumping them all together like the scammy exchanges. Be careful with them scammy exchanges, guys. Weird stuff going on there. They do trade against their customers. Prime does not. Check the difference between an A book and B book exchange. If you guys notice, a lot of these guys have every exchange you can think of. They have a promo code in the bottom, right? All I put out there, the only one that sponsors me, that I allow to sponsor me, is Prime XBT. If it was about the money, I would have every freaking affiliate exchange down below. It's not about that. So check them out if you haven't already. They also have a contest section where you can join the contest totally free, zero risk. If you win tradable funds, and you can keep the wins on the tradable funds. Definitely check them out. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off of your fees. Definitely check them out if you haven't. All right. I'll leave a tutorial at the end of the video for that too. So But anyways, let's take a look at this. So on the daily, is this bullish? Could this be bullish? And what would the targets be? There's two targets we could look at if we are bullish here, right? And then we'll take a look at the bearish targets also. So looking at this as a falling wedge, right? Or a bull flag, which I don't believe it is, but it's possible. If we were to break up here, where would that get us? Somewhere up to around the 32.8 to 32.9. And if we look over here, that was our low back here in January of 22, right? If we break this low, I think it'll be very short-lived and then come crashing down if that happens, right? So let's take a look at our next target. So our next target here would be, this is another bullish target. If we break up from here, that one would be somewhere around 31.5. So between 31.5 and 32.8 if we get a push up, right? But if we cannot get above this 27.5 range, I highly doubt this is going to be bullish. I do believe we'll probably break down, continue breaking down here. If you look at this trend line here, it's around the 20,000 range. We'll look at that in the 4 hour. Let me show you what it's showing in the 4 hour. So in the 4 hour, if you guys been following along, way back here when this broke, I told you there was a possibility of getting up to that 31.5. We did not quite hit it. I believe that got front ran. There was probably people waiting for positions up here that missed out, right? So I'm looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Our 3 wave would end between 22.8 and 23.5. I've been saying 23.5 since way back here in the middle, actually end of April. We were looking at this as a 2 wave. Then we looked for 3 wave at the 0.618. Now, how do you get that target? You go from the top of 1, which is right here. You go down to the bottom of 2, which is right here, or bottom of 1, and then the top of 2 right there. That gives you the 1.618. That's why we're looking for that 23.5 range, right? Once we get down into this range between 22.8 and 22.9, I think we will get one big bounce. Could go as high as 27,000. It just can't break this wave 1 and then coming down for wave 5, right? That isn't the end. Like I said, I believe the bottom will be in September, October. I think this may end up being a wave, a B wave, and then we get a big C wave, or this is a 1 and then a 2 and then a 3 and a 4, bringing us to really, really, really low lows. Now, BNB, I've been talking about this for a long time, for over 6 months, that I believe it is in severe trouble. I still believe that unless we can get, the only way I see BNB not crashing, guys, is if it passes above this trend line on the top, which is around 327. But I still think we're going to have major resistance right here. Let me move this over around the 257 range. If we get above that and hold, then we could be going up here. But nevertheless, if this does hold as resistance, I see us coming down just like we did in FTX. Yes, I believe it could be just as bad, if not worse. Obviously, it's a bigger exchange, right? But as you can see, the similarities here, just be careful. Ethereum. So Ethereum, as of right now, is going back under the 200 EMA. Everything's rolled over, looking pretty bearish here. We also have some hidden bearish divergence right here. We have lower highs and higher highs, right? Hidden bearish divergence. I believe once we break this 1351, which I do believe we're headed to, we'll probably get a bounce in that area. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't other little bounces on the way down, but once we break that, my next target's around 926, and then the measured move of the breakdown from here would be around $200. Could go a lot lower if the bear market is going to be as bad as I think in the traditional markets. So let's take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin right now, the area to watch is $81 for resistance. The next level to break down here would be approximately $76. If we break that, we're looking for down in the $60 range. And then we have our VPVR or VRVP. They changed the name on me. At $56. Once that breaks, we could see as low as $23, possibly much, much lower if this bear market gets really bad. XRP, guys, if you trade it, and I guess, you know, you can make money off it, but I do believe this is nothing more than a dying penny stock pattern, right? Once we break this 31, then I'm looking for around 4 cents. I've had this chart. A lot of people are going to laugh about it, but I had this chart for a very long time. We talked about this way over here when I was calling 27, 28 bucks. People thought that was crazy once we broke this trend line, and you can see what happened. I do believe once this breaks, we could be seeing 4 cents or somewhere in that range. Bitcoin bubble pop. So here's Amazon from the .com bubble. I just want to point out, guys, every time there is a big, huge bubble pattern like this, it always returns to where it began. Yes, this was a 100% rally, but so was this, right? So this just went down a lot lower. So 100% doesn't look like much, just like this. But if you look at the overall, let's put this on here real quick. We had Bitcoin, whoops, did not even retrace 50%. If we go from the top of this down to the bottom, so it retraced about 46%, still not even 50%. And people are calling this a bull market. I don't believe we're in a bull market. We were expecting a rally here when we broke this weekly RSI, just like back here. You got a 100% rally, just like here, 100% rally. I believe we are continuing down. Same thing with Nintendo. You can see the rally right here. I'm sure everyone got super bullish right here, right? Same thing. The pattern looks almost identical. Here's where the bubble pop, or here's where the bubble started. Here's where the pop began. It returned to where it started. Here's where the bubble started. Here's where the pop. And I think we get back down to these ranges. I'm calling for a possibility of 3,500 to 9,600 by the end of the year. Same thing in Sony. And guys, it doesn't matter what the stock is or whatnot. Bubble pops are always the same. They're overextended, overhyped, over leveraged, and then people get crushed. That whole time people are getting crushed, people are still thinking it's going back up. I warned you guys about this back in December 2nd, 2021, that every little rally would get people excited. People would scream, "Savvy, you were wrong, blah, blah, blah," while they were screaming I was right up here after this, right? Same, guys, this is how markets work. People get overhyped. This has been so overhyped, right? And I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to die. After this, it could be a long, long bull run, but I don't think you're going to see new all-time highs every 4 years, just like people seem to think. You've been programmed to lose your money by believing that, I believe. We're going to see what happens in the next 2 years. I highly doubt we see a new all-time high. Could I be wrong? Yes. Is this financial advice? No. I'm showing my true thoughts on this and what I'm seeing in the markets. I'm not just trying to hype people and get views and tell them you're going to the moon and you can buy anything and get rich. That's not how it works, right? Just be careful out there, guys. Like I said, I've started laddering in shorts. I will show some positions in the next video. Make sure you guys stay cautious. Be careful. It is the weekend. Well, technically it's not the weekend, but the stock markets aren't trading today, so we may get some volatility to the upside and downside on the smaller time frames, but the macro does not change or has not changed, right? So thanks again for watching. Smash those thumbs up, share the video, get it out there, warn people. That's all I got to say. Take it easy, guys. Have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow morning. We will go over the markets. I will show you if we get one more push up in the markets where I think that'll be. Make sure you check out these videos up above, the Prime XBT tutorial and my bubble pop pattern video made on December 2nd, 2021. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.